Hey, it's me, ProJared. Welcome back to Arcade Spirits. Where we last left off, we met with Deco Nami about a potential buyout of the Funplex. Francie died, and then her dumb daughter, who became the rightful owner of the Funplex, sold it to Deco Nami anyway. We got nothing out of it. Been depressed for a week, and then all of our irises just conspired together to do something. So right now, it's another Friday morning. As per usual, I wake up late, stretch, yawn, I barely sleep nowadays, shuffle to the bathroom, take a shower, get dressed, brush my teeth. I'll probably be running out of toothpaste soon, but house funds for sundries are dwindling. Not that fresh breath and shiny white teeth matter much when there's barely any reason to get out of bed each morning. Off to the kitchen for breakfast, no appetite, even toast looks unpalatable. Skip breakfast, saves on groceries, can't afford much anyway. That's like a very accurate way of depicting someone's mindset when going through depression. Normally I'd have breakfast with Juniper, but I guess she's busy drawing in her room. She keeps her own hours since becoming a freelancer. Although depending on whether or not she has any contract work, we've been simultaneously unemployed at times this week. After breakfast, I settle in for some Wyvern Keep. May as well, it's right there in the living room, taking up space. Been playing a lot of it lately. It's not like Wyvern Keep's very hard. Once you've memorized the joystick moves, the cartoon plays itself out with minimal effort. I've saved the prints about 80 times now. My brain and fingers go into autopilot, moving through the game without even thinking about it. It's a brief calm from the storm of my emotions. But before I realize it, the day has almost passed. When dinner comes around, Juniper and I eat together, while I quietly thumb through my phone looking at job listings. Iris could help me with this, I guess, but I let her down. I took her opportunity in my dream and wasted it. Better I do this myself. Besides, I'm not looking for dreams, I'm looking to settle. Dreams only get you hurt. It's the family curse. I knew this would happen. Nothing good ever lasts, and it's a mistake to get your hopes up. I should have learned to settle, to be okay with what I had. To be comfortable in mediocrity. I fire off a resume or two before watching cartoons deep into the dead of the night. Eventually, my body tires and I find my way to bed. Just another day. Yep, that's pretty much how it goes. Another Saturday morning. As per usual, I wake up, stretch, yawn, I barely sleep nowadays, shuffle to the bathroom, take a shower, get dressed, brush my teeth. We'll probably be running out of toothpaste soon, but house funds for sundries are dwindling. I can't take it anymore! And that's one toothbrush, Bic clean in half. Oh geez, hang on. With a little help, I avoid choking to death. Ooh. Sorry about that. It's okay, whatever. Oh, it's not whatever, it's something ever. Jared, you're in a rut. Like, seriously, deeply, madly, mega in a rut. And it's driving me batty having you mope around the place like this. I'm not moping, it's a rough patch, that's all. I know this has been hard on you, and I've been patient. But you can't just keep going on like this. A knocking at the apartment door distracts us from the topic at hand. I'll get it. Weird. I don't think we're expecting any deliveries.
Hey.
Hey Jared, guess who's here?
Hello.
Naomi! Oh. And the two of them just waltz right into the bathroom with my mouth still frosty with toothpaste and unwashed for a week pajamas on my bod. Hey. Oh, don't freak out. I've seen you in worse. Listen, are you two free today? I'd like to invite you out to lunch. It feels like ages since we spent some time together. It was the funeral. Right. Anyway, Juniper, you want lunch, right?
Definitely.
Of course.
Sweet.
It's settled. We'll all head out for a nice afternoon. We'll wait outside for you to get, presentable. More presentable than that. But, guess there's no avoiding it. Best I can do is play along. Try to be good company for Naomi. It's unfair to keep pushing her aside like this. I switch from pajamas to actual normal clothes, even if my actual normal clothes could probably double as pajamas, and get ready to roll out. The three of us pile into a bus, taking off for destinations unknown. Unknown to me, at least. They clearly know where they're going. I'm not particularly talkative on the way there, and painfully aware of it. I feel awkward. Like I should say something, but don't know what to say. Yeah, I feel that. So Juniper carries on a conversation with Naomi, the two of them content to chirp away without me. And you can tell it's not really the New York subway because the signs aren't in Helvetica. That's the telltale mistake. It's just like Vancouver or something. I try several times to join in the conversation, but when I open my mouth, the words aren't there. I'm lousy company, aren't I? I don't know why Naomi's even still interested in me. The family curse can't be broken. What if this is as good as it gets? What if there really is no hope? Naomi deserves better than this hot mess of a person she's tied herself to. Eventually, we arrive at our destination, a little arcade-themed restaurant combining games and alcohol and dining into one tidy package. Here we go! Unusually excited to be going to some run-down little dive, Juniper hurries on in without me, dragging Naomi with her. And I'm left all alone in the parking lot. With a shrug, I open the door and enter the darkened locale. Is this place even open for business yet? None of the lights are on. Hello? Juniper, where'd you go? Okay, this is now unnecessarily creepy. But before I can wonder if a giant animatronic bear is going to leap out and eat my face... Ah! Jump scare. The house lights come up. Surprise! Happy Intervention Day! What? Well, she said, we're staging an intervention on your behalf. And we're also having a wake for Francine, since we weren't really welcome at her funeral and couldn't really hang around for the ceremony. Yeah, she'd get the chance to heal properly, considering Daco kicked us all out before we could really do anything about anything. And here we are. So it's a wake and an intervention.
A wake intervention, maybe?
Wake intervention, really.
Correctamundo.
Yep, it was my idea. Well, my iris came up with the idea and gave me all the contact information I needed, but basically my idea, right? Just the thing to pick you up when you're feeling down.
Really? Seriously, kid? You've been a damn sad sack ever since things went to shit. Which I get, believe me, but it ain't healthy. So, we went ahead and rented out this place for the afternoon to bring the family back together. For you, for Francine, for all of us. Now that you know why we're all gathered here today, let's get this party started. Teo drags me into the group of my friends, positioning me at the head of it all. Leaving me a little bewildered, honestly, but trying to defend myself all the same. I don't need an intervention. This is just how things work with the family. We don't get to have nice things. The universe hath decreed it so.
Then we defy the universe, and we're going to help you defy it too.
BFFs for life.
So one by one, we're going to tell you how awesome you are and exactly why you're so awesome.
Aw.
And by the end, you'll be feeling a lot better, hopefully.
I let out a sigh, settling in. I owe it to them to sit and listen. They're my friends. Naomi more so than that, even. And I know I've been lousy company, but I'm not so far gone as to deny that fact. Fine. Lay it on me, I'm listening. Allow me to begin, then. When you first entered the Funplex, I had my doubts, but I'm a naturally suspicious person. And thankfully, those doubts were easily disproved by your skill and enthusiasm. You came looking for your dream, and found it. I swore to protect that dream, and that promise is what brought me here today. And on your very first day, you went headfirst into the most chaotic situation the Funplex could have offered. A birthday party. You did so without hesitation. You put your body on the line to protect others when the great cupcake war of 2000 XTX began. They're just cupcakes, Gavin. I am attempting to overdramatize the event for comedic effect. Please allow me this moment for humor. Right. When a disruptive parent was screaming at a child over something that wasn't his fault, you stepped right in and dealt with it. Again, no hesitation. Impressive. Since then, you've become an event manager, without goading, without prompting, showing great ambition. You've turned the Funplex's fortunes around, giving your all to promote it. You made your dream a reality. For years, I was supposedly in charge of the Funplex, but really, all I accomplished was shuffling numbers around. You are the one who helped it soar. And for that, you have my thanks. You are an exceptional individual. That fact remains true, regardless of whether you can see it for yourself.
Me next.
Damn it. Something I've always had troubles with growing up is accepting compliments. I've been getting better at it, I swear. But for like the longest time, like hearing compliments never really made me like feel good or appreciate or better. It just made me feel bad. So this whole situation is like weird and bizarre, and even though it's kind of coming through the game, it's still a little difficult, I guess.
Remember when I screwed up and didn't tell you about the job opening at my office? You weren't mad. Not even a little bit. Not even quietly mad, like you could have been.
BFFs for life.
I know I can count on you, and you can count on me. Even when one of us makes a mistake, I can never shake that friendship apart. When I came to you wondering if I should leave that job I hated, you told me to follow my dreams. You gave me great advice. I've never been happier. I followed suit, chased my own dream. You inspire me.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, it's Ben and Matt. Are we fashionably late? Ben, Matt, in the flesh.
Ooh, what if?
Unless this world's a vast simulacrum. What, we're all just brains in jars? Could be.
Well, isn't that something?
Well, if that's the case, Jared is the cutest little brain in a jar we've never actually met. It's true, and he brought so many cute dates to our little shop. So nervous at first, but in time he became part of the Twin Pines Mall family. Dearly missed. Don't remind me, our new neighbors are so boring. They never come in for a treat or a read. Speaking of treats, we brought cake. We'll be over there getting the goodies ready. Don't mind us.
Ooh, cake. My turn. Jared, you were a true friend of the Funplex.
So frustrating.
Unlike the bastards who own it now. Positivity, Naomi. We're emphasizing positivity today.
Right.
Wonderful.
Remember back at Donnawood when we found those kittens? You helped me save them. You're not just a friend of arcade games, but of all living things. Not that arcade games are alive, of course.
I choose not to mention Polybius.
You asked Francine nicely for her blanket, which really helped out. I even adopted a little kitten. Little Pango's very happy in my apartment. It's so cute. I know you're not happy with how things turned out. I'm not really happy about it either. It sucks, but we did good things together in the time we had.
Hamza has arrived.
Oh boy. You're late. An event does not truly begin until Hamza makes his presence felt.
My blood burns.
Hamza understands your fury. The hated enemy of all who loves arcades has despoiled your funplex. However, in our short time together, I saw a burning spirit within you. I accepted your offer for Riven Keep, recognizing that passion within you. Hamza would be ashamed forever if he did not intervene and raise your spirits to new heights, and that is what he shall do. Ooh, cake. Excuse me a moment. Now I want cake. When do I get cake?
Soon, but I have things to say first. Things that will hopefully inspire you to be happy, calm, and be a happy clam instead of a grumpy Gus.
I'm a happy clam now. See? See how I clam happily? Can I have cake?
From our first day at the Funplex together, you've been supportive of me, even after I gave you quite the scare with Pinky. You didn't even let that bother you, from the moment we tackled so many a crisis on the Funplex floor together.
Amazing.
I adored when we concoct hypothetical adventures on our downtime. You're amazingly fun to be around. Remember when I stuffed you in that totally adorable maid costume? You could have fought it, but you embraced it. We were ready for anything and had a blast doing it. You worked so hard to make Token Trove successful. I watched you put out your blood, sweat, and tears into that. And in the end, it all came together just how you planned. As the floor attendant on duty during Token Trove, I got to see firsthand all the smiles you brought to all those people. You rocked it. I saw you helping the customer when their game crashed. Losing your high score due to faulty electronics is no fun, but you dealt with it. It made that person's day. Even problem players like Steve are no problem for you. You took that weirdest and most annoying problems without breaking a sweat. Incredible! When I was being overrun by ravenously parched gamers, you stepped up and made sure all those thirsts were quenched. You are a soda fountain of knowledge. You made the Funplex a fun place to be for everyone. For the staff, for the casual and pro gamers, for the families, for me. I can honestly say that when you took over doing events at the Funplex, we've never had more fun. They've just been the best, all thanks to you. Ooh, I forgot we still have cake. You smell that.
Just when I thought the speaking was done, a lull in the wake intervention, the most important person to me takes a step forward. My heart swells as she begins. Oh, she's back.
And above all, I love you, Jared. Until recently, my life's been all about loving games, but games can't love you back. It's a very lonely life to devote yourself to a thing entirely. Through you, my world's opening up. I'm talking to people, trying to connect with them, instead of hiding in my little workshop. I'm feeling more and more alive. If I'd never met you, I don't think I'd ever have felt totally complete. And I'd like to think I help you feel that way too. I'm speechless. Seems Jared has some thinking to do. This is pretty normal for him when he gets that faraway look. Shall we begin the wake for Francine then? There's cake and coffee and spirits from the bar. Cake! As if in slow motion, I watch them all switch their attention from me and redirect it towards the refreshments. They're all smiling, conversing, and serving cake to each other. None for me, thank you. Watching the blood sugar. Fuck me, this cake is amazeballs. All we need now is some rockin' tunes to get this party on the next level. All of them here to support me, even without the funplex, even after everything going wrong, after Francine being taken from us too soon. I never really thought of myself as essential in all of this. I was an outsider at first, the one who walked in those doors looking for a job, nothing more. I've always been on the outside, honestly. Moving from town to town, always the new kid, never really important to anyone. Not until I'd settle in one place just long enough to get to know Juniper. But by then, I'd come to expect that I'd never be happy. So when I finally was happy and that got taken away, well, I guess that I'd assume that's how things go. Going with the flow. But now, choices. I don't want this to end. I don't want to feel like celebrating again. Change is inevitable and I can adjust, or the game is over, not by a long shot. I don't like this one. This feels too, calculated a response. I'm certainly more emotional right now than that. I guess really above all else, I don't want this to end. I don't want this to end. I don't want this to be over. Destroyed by Dekonami, by the loss of Francine. I just want this happiness to go on and on. Finally, I'd found something solid. Something real I could cling to. I wasn't the new kid anymore. Now I had friends. I had love. Oh shit. Oh no, look at my face. I don't want this to end. I don't want this to end. Everybody looks up when I finally speak. We lost the Funplex. We lost Francine. It hurts. But what we have here today, I don't want to lose this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want my friends back. Who's with me? Smiles all around. And you know what? It feels good to be back. For the next hour or so, my sadness fades away, piece by piece. We share stories, many of which I'd never heard before, about the Funplex and the shenanigans that went on around it. Surprisingly, Ben and Matt spin the most tales about Francine's exploits. They've been neighbors for decades. The so-called Wake Intervention gives us all a chance to heal and to bond. For all we've lost, and all we still have, we are still together. Despite one little problem which nobody wants to talk about. The hour grows late, and we only have this place rented for the afternoon. I can feel it in the air, that unspoken worry. Will we see each other again? No doubt we can arrange more get-togethers, but they'd all be reunions over what was lost, not really building anything new. Nostalgia, not progress. Without the Funplex, without Francine, will we eventually simply fall away? That dark little thought troubles me as I swirl my drink, remaining quiet while others talk.
Beep beep.
Hey Iris. What's up?
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad too.
So, do you want me to start finding you a new job? I can search while you're talking with your friends, no problem.
I do need to get back to living my life. But what sort of life do I want to live? I want my motherfucking dream back, bitch. I don't want just a new job. I want my dream, my Funplex. Not just 4 walls and a bunch of games, but a community. When I was a lifeguard, I'd saved lives and made a safe place for people to enjoy the pool with friends. I'm not done with that dream, and more importantly, I don't have to be done with it. All around me are pioneers of this community, this culture. Technicians, designers, enthusiasts, investors, people with connections. Oh shit. Totally right. I have all the resources right here. And that's when the idea starts to form. Iris, can you search for commercial spaces? Ones for lease or rent? Of course, I'm a literal search wizard. Why?
I know.
Oh, I think I get it, I step away from my quiet corner and approach the group. It's time to take back control over my dream. And that starts here. Whoop. I'd like to share my dream with you. No, I'm not ready for this to end. The crowd hushes when I grab their attention. I set my drink aside and step up to them. The Funplex was my dream. I came to see that in time. A wonderful place where friends could have fun together, away from the troubles and cares. I want to keep sharing that dream with you. There's only one way to make that a reality. We open our own arcade. Everyone in this room loved the Funplex and misses it dearly. We'll always miss Francine, but in honor of what we've lost, we need to keep fighting. I'm ready, are you? Who will help me start a new dream? I'd be honored to join your dream, Jared.
Woohoo!
The Funplex saved me in a lot of ways. I won't let it go so easily. I'd love to join you.
As would I.
Faced with the prospect of spending my remaining days at home or at some other arcade, I'm absolutely in favor, love. I may be a mere customer, but my heart called the Funplex home, and I'll still call your new arcade home as well. You've got my thanks, both of you. Investor, technician. Okay, this is no longer a wake intervention, people. Now it's a conspiracy.
A Victor conspiracy.
Wow, it's a Wachter conspiracy. Sure, why not? We settled down around a table, a nice round one, to discuss the future. I'm leading the show, but I don't take the spotlight, not this time. We all have to work together to make this dream a reality. This is it. The next few decisions are going to be critical in shaping the future I have in my mind's eye. I'll need to choose very, very carefully because there's no take-backsies. Just gonna do some of those. Just because, no particular reason. Okay. Iris is looking for spaces we can use, but we're going to need money, obviously, and arcades are risky startups. I could always respond to one of the many Nigerian princes emailing me amazing offers, but I'm thinking more traditional funding is safer. Way I see it, there's 3 people here who could foot the bill to get us off the ground. Hamza, you've got a tangled web of connections in the industry, access to games, and plenty of cash, and a freewheeling whimsy to spend it.
Hamza must consider this.
Hamza's a man of resources indeed. Percy, you've been building a charity war chest for when you pass. I know an arcade isn't a sound investment and is hardly a charity, but you promised me Mr. Moopy would always have a home. If I can help restore that home, I'm game, love. Ben, Matt, you two know how to run a small business. You've got invaluable knowledge and resources we could draw from if you're willing to dip a toe in this industry. We have been looking for new horizons to conquer, new lands to explore.
There would be caveats,
Terms,
conditions,
exemptions,
rules,
guidelines,
best practices.
worst practices.
That's not a thing.
Oh, Hamza would likewise have conditions.
Yeah,
As would I.
understandable. Okay, what are these conditions? Decision 1, funding and direction. Oh shit, okay. In order for me to take back your play, Hamza would require you to strike at the very heart of Dekonami's empire. Open a family restaurant alongside your arcade. Take him from the very business he adores so much. We don't know the first thing about running a restaurant. Thankfully, your business partner does. I own several restaurants. I will provide staffing and resources.
No risk, no reward.
Now this is a risky play, but if it succeeds, the rewards shall be tremendous. Actually, that's similar to what Matt and I had in mind. Oh yes, but rather than a restaurant, well, we'd like to open a barcade. We've always wanted to run a bar. I'd raise a glass to that idea. After all, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. Now, it wouldn't be nearly as large scale as a family restaurant, much safer. Not quite as profitable, but still quite tidy. Honestly, I'd prefer if you simply ran a video arcade and nothing more. Adding on extras seems like a recipe for failure. We know how to operate a simple small-scale arcade, so why not stick to our strengths? I'll grant it has lower ceiling for success than the others. It's just an arcade and won't pull in anybody looking for more. Low risk, low reward. But I'd say that would be my condition. Stick to the basics. So, Take the big gamble on a family restaurant, make a cozy barcade, or stick with just a classic arcade. This decision is going to affect the entire direction of the new venture. What do I want? What's my dream? Holy shit. These are the hardest decisions of the entire game by far. Man. I'm not feeling the restaurant business. As much as like it'd be awesome to cut into deco, there's also a certain level of like vindictiveness or pettiness in there that isn't necessarily a good idea for a business. And I really don't know anything about a restaurant. Even though I like Hamza's arcade connections quite a bit, he would have like a lot of arcade games we could get. If I were to personally own an arcade, oh man, barcade or regular type. I think barcade would probably be like on the safer side for sure. I don't know. Dealing with drunks and alcohol and all that can also be tough. I think I'd rather just own like just like an arcade. Plus, with everyone here, Percy has like the most heart in it all, you know? So I guess personality-wise, I'll choose Percy. I'd like to stick to our core strengths. We know how to operate an arcade, so let's operate an arcade. Percy, I'd be honored if you lend your aid to that. Wonderful. I'm looking forward to working with you. It would be a wonderful legacy to live, would it not? I suppose you to reach for the stars was a bit much, but we'll support you whatever may come. Hamza admits to disappointment, but cannot defy your iron will. Okay, the second thing we need to talk about is what sort of games we want. The Funplex tried to do a little bit of everything, and we should too. We want to include all gamers, but we can also tilt our focus towards one style of play or another. Really provide best-in-class gaming for a specific audience. Any thoughts? Decision 2, game focus. Jesus Christ. That's such an intense sound.
Sweet.
Retro games! It's gotta be all about retro games! You know I'm capable of keeping those older games in tip-top shape. If we focus on retro games, we could serve an audience that Deco's completely ignoring.
As would I.
I would agree with Miss Fairchild. Retro games are an untapped market. I'll grant it wouldn't pull in as much profit, but we know gamers are seeking them. We don't have to make all the money, just enough to keep our pure and untainted dream afloat. And we can do that with a well-curated retro game library.
Nope, no way.
Retro's cool and all, but let's talk esports games. They'll draw money better than jamming a magnet up your ass and dragging you through Fort Knox. Get a couple good fighters, more than one FOD, some race and dance games, the kind of stuff where folks can compete head to head. And we're golden. I have to agree with Queen Bee. You can play retro games on emulators and consoles, but you can't duplicate the community experience of an arcade at home. If we had an esports focus, we could build something together which works as a second home for all sorts of gamers. Oh god, I think you know what I'm going to suggest. Redemption and prize games. They provide excellent profits. It's the core of Deco's business model, yes, but I think if we focus on those games, we can do them right. No predatory pricing, no scams, or rip-offs. And the truth is, most people enjoy them, from kids wanting to win that big prize to the wistful adults recapturing their childhood dreams of playing skee-ball on the boardwalk.
Yes!
They're simple to play and most of all fun. If they're done right, we can make meaningful memories for everyone. And prizes, did I mention prizes? We can stock the shelves with the coolest prizes around. Better than Deco's prizes which fall apart 2 minutes after you get them. Which matches my ideal arcade more? Retro games, esports, or prize games?
Fuck. Ah, man. I don't know. I'm hearing their arguments. I don't know if I necessarily agree with them. Damn it. Like, I get the esports scene, and I guess it's in whatever this reality is. But the esports scenes is more online and console stuff, so I don't think that would make sense having like a local place. Yeah, I guess in this reality, like esports is much more of like an in-person local get-together than anything else. Man, I'm thinking long run. Gavin's right. Prize and redemption games would make the most money and would turn the most profit. In my heart, I love the retro arcade games though. And Naomi can like, she's a great technician with those. She said so herself. She's not like super knowledgeable of like current LCDs and touchscreens and all that. For me, she didn't say that. I guess Dekonami said that. Not that she couldn't learn, but she already knows arcade retro games so much. Oh my god. These decisions are far more difficult than trying to pick someone to date. Again, if it was my arcade, what would I want? I would want retro games, or like that arcade experience. The arcade games that cannot be redone in home. Like the 80s coin-op, yeah, you can emulate them. It's not the same though as actually having like the arcade cabinet. Plus, like, there's some retro arcade games that can't be, recreated. I think like Star Wars arcade game, the light gun shooters, those, all that kind of stuff. I want those. Yeah. Deco thinks that only new games make money. Let's prove him wrong and have the world's greatest retro style arcade ever. Woohoo! I'll pick out only the best games, don't worry. Excellent. I'm looking forward to this project. Okay, so that's money in games. Now, let's go beyond what we already had at the Funplex. Let's really make this something special. Okay. New projects. I want a defining feature for our arcade, one which will make it stand out, something nobody else is doing, something nobody's even thought of before. All ideas on the table. If it was too outlandish for the Funplex, it's not too outlandish for me. Show me what you got. I'm not really a part of this, but come on, you're my best friend, and 100% a part of this. I couldn't be here in this moment if it wasn't for you. Go on, Juniper. What's your idea? Branding. I'm freelancing now, which means I could come on board as your personal brand manager. One heck of a consulting gig. An arcade needs really stellar image management to stand out from the rest, like the event poster I made for you.
What if?
Ooh, hey Jennifer, can I add to that? What if we work together? I was thinking of designing a new mascot costume anyway, but I could collaborate and coordinate with you on how it'll tie into the visuals of the rest of the arcade.
Yes!
A winning combination. Ashley and I could do great work together coming up with some really stellar branding and marketing. We'll stand out in the crowd. Alright. Hell, I know exactly what sort of project I want us to do. Streamer support. Assembling and packing away my streaming rig each day is ridiculous, and duct taping a webcam in front of a screen is a lousy hack. If I could just step up right to a game and, I don't know, swipe a card or something and be streaming with a direct feed in seconds? Well, I can think of a few dozen streamers who just flock to our place to get a piece of that.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I know how we could do that. I could rig up general purpose Daughter Bird, which plays man in the middle with a video feed, works with an RFID reader to get a streamer's info, ties into a central video encoder on the Wi-Fi network. Yeah, I can make that happen, and without damaging any classic hardware. Once more in English, please. I know software, not hardware. We stick a thingy in the thingy and everything works just fine. That's always how it goes. I'm sure there's some legal and copyright issues to tackle, but if we can do it, let's be the world's first streaming arcade. I was thinking, well, if the reason why older games are considered a dead end is that they don't work in the ticket game ecosystem.
Lovely.
Why not add ticket output to normal games? We could reward skilled players with prize tickets based on their high score and speed of completion.
With the right balancing, we can make old games just as desirable as new ones.
Perhaps.
As Naomi said, there may be legal hurdles to clear, but I'm in favor of this idea. It's not that I love prize games. I find them boring, personally. You know I favor pinball. But profit is the lifeblood of an arcade, and prize games are profitable. If we can get Moopy producing tickets, well, that's something nobody's ever done before. Do we want to have really good branding, streamer support, or retrofit tickets to old games? So, we're asking for new ideas, stuff that has not been done before. Branding, while absolutely important, it's not really like a new idea on the table that hasn't been done before. So I'm not feeling that at all. So it comes down to streaming or with a ticket idea. New media, baby. Let's hit that streaming. Although ideally, I see no reason why we can't just do all of these. I want to be on the cutting edge of technology in the arcade community. Do whatever you have to do to integrate 20 XDX broadcast systems into our games. Finally, no more hauling around a bunch of duct tape and webcams. A new tech project? You're not just repairing an old monitor? Yeah, you won't regret this, Jared. One more thing. Final decision, the name. If this is going to be my baby, my dream arcade, I've got a name already in mind for it. So barring any objections, I'd like to welcome you all to... Ooh, Arcade Spirits. What's the name of the new arcade? Arcade Spirits is a good name for an arcade. How about... Arcade Fun Time bracket, and there's no miss editor giving you sass the whole time. Am I right? Oh no, it needs to be shorter than that. Dang it. Okay. I'll just go with Arcade Spirits. I like that. We'll go with Arcade Spirits. I mean, that actually kind of like a catchy name. Arcade Spirits. Let's call it Arcade Spirits.
Arcade Spirits?
I like it. We can work with that.
Let's hear it for Arcade Spirits!
Our home lives again. How exciting. Fuck yeah! A toast then? One by one, everyone raises their glasses. I fetch my room temperature drink and raise mine in high turn. Now let's get super drunk. No. For those we've lost and those we've yet to meet. For Arcade Spirits and the future. For Arcade Spirits! Yay! Losing everything, then getting it all back, and then some. It's been a roller coaster of a week, to be sure. But I can't rest now. Absolutely not. I need to take charge of this project and my life in general. I have to do it for them, what Francine did for us. That's okay. I'm ready. I'm willing. And this is our time. This is really nice. You've cleared level 6 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. By a shit ton. I'm compassionate as fuck, baby. Also, you've scored 20,600 points. Shops in the volcano-devastated city of Pompeii bear the characteristics of pizzeria. That's a neat, if a bit depressing, pizza fact just for you. Okay. Alright. Save the game. Wow. There's like more to this game than I expected. So I guess from here, it's New Game Plus in the next chapter. And from here, it's going to be, I guess, exploring our arcade, our new arcade, and seeing how it goes from there. All right, this is a good place to end this episode. A bit shorter than I thought it was going to be, but it perfect arc throughout the entire video. I don't. What my decisions for the arcade were those good? I don't know. That was actually difficult. I would have loved to have heard how you personally would have done it, or what your ideal arcade would be. With the restaurant, or the ticket redemption, or fancy new feature, or any of that. I would love to hear your thoughts on that, because very intriguing and difficult to choose. But there's not a whole lot of Arcade Spirits left. I believe there's 8 chapters, and we're about to start chapter 7. So from here on out, we're going to see how my brand new arcade goes. Wish me the best. And as always, thank you guys so very much for watching. See you next time.